It is expansion draft time in the NHL with the Seattle Kraken set to select their first players in franchise history tonight. We got a free $500 expansion draft pool you need to be aware of. Tonight, DraftKings is offering a free-to-play pool for anyone to enter. Just head on over to the DraftKings Sportsbook. You need to click on the pools section and find the free $500 expansion draft pool. Answer the questions about who the Kraken will select for your free shot at the $500 prize pool so you can enter this, even if sports betting is not legal in your state. The pool locks at 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight. And now Rotowire's AJ Scholz is going to help you guys and gals out with some of those questions right meow. So the Blues made a former 40-goal scorer available in the Vladimir Tarasenko here. What are the chances you think Seattle takes him, AJ?
The early reports are not good that he's going to go. They're going to be stuck with him and trying to figure out how to trade him as he wants out after those three shoulder surgeries and all the drama around that. Looks like it's going to be Vince Dunn there instead, the young defenseman, instead of Tarasenko. Obviously, the shoulder injury is a concern. The contract is a concern as well. And so they're going to go play it a little safer with the young blue liner.
Well, according to reports here, the Kraken did not, or will not rather, select Carey Price in the expansion draft. So there are reports that he's going to remain property of the Montreal Canadiens. If that's the case, do you believe they should have taken Price?
I think they should have. Look, we've seen that they have already agreed to a deal with Chris Driedger. This is a guy that'll get you through for as long as Price may or may not be out, if not surgery is an option. I know it's a big $10.5 million cap hit, but this guy just took a team to the Stanley Cup Finals. Like clearly, this is one of the best goaltenders in the league. And I think he would have been worth the risk on the injury front. Obviously, I don't know what the full details are on that. And this is the same situation, just like we talked about with the Blues. They're taking the safer bet. Sounds like they're going to go with Cale Fleury, the young defenseman there from the Habs as well. So similar trend to what we saw in Vegas. Vegas loaded up on a bunch of blue liners, and it looks like as of right now, Seattle is kind of doing the same thing.
Well, due to some well-known cap issues, the Lightning have been forced to make some really solid players available here. Names like Yanni Gourde, Andre Palat, Tyler Johnson, they're up for grabs. Who do you have the Kraken stealing away from the two-time defending champions?
Well, look, if I was running the organization, I would take Andre Palat. Did they not watch the playoffs here? But all indications are they're looking instead to Yanni Gourde. Now, I think this is a decision based off flexibility. Gourde can play center, he can play wing, so he's a little bit more movable in terms of that. And when you're building a brand new lineup, that's certainly valuable. He's no slouch on the offensive front. Look, in an 82-game season, this guy can push for 50, 60 points. But is maybe not the choice I would have made, but it's hard to blame him. Any one of those guys really would have been a viable option.
Well, how about a team you know really well, the Pittsburgh Penguins? They've decided to make winger Brandon Tanev available, protected a 36-year-old in Jeff Carter. What do you think of the move? And you think Tanev is actually going to be scooped up in the expansion draft?
Well, I think this is an entire reaction to the fact that Evgeny Malkin is expected to miss the early part of the season. They need a number two center, and that's where Jeff Carter fits in here. And I think that's the entire reason that they made this choice. Brandon Tanev is a locomotive on the ice, just unstoppable force. He'll kill penalties for Seattle. I absolutely think they're going to take him. Probably fits as a third line guy, but really, depending on how else they build the roster, he could easily move into a second line role as well and is a fantastic piece for them. Sad for my Penguins to lose him, that's for sure.
Well, taking a look at the rest of the pool questions for the expansion draft, are you overly confident in any other players being selected by the Kraken? Which ones, if so?
Yeah, there's a bunch that have already come out here. Look, Adam Larson signed a deal. Chris Driedger signed a deal. Those guys for sure are going. Looks like Jared McCann will be Toronto's pick. You're also, like I said, Vince Dunn, Cale Fleury are some of the other guys mentioned here as well.
Given the list of players available, though, I want you to look into the future here. I want you to give me a prediction for how the Kraken will fare in their inaugural season. Vegas, we all know, becoming that instant cup contender in year one, has not missed the playoffs since. So the Kraken have the same kind of potential.
I don't think so, honestly. And I think it's because all these teams got fleeced last time out. We saw a ton of deals, side deals by Vegas to get, specific players taken. And then I think afterwards there was some buyer's remorse that they committed to that. And so I don't think you're going to see the same level of assets being compiled by the Kraken here. Now, having said that, they're in the Pacific Division,
Yep.
which is
Just
going
gonna
to
say
be
that.
awful. Gonna be awful. So I think they can make the playoffs, but I don't think they're gonna be, the same level of juggernaut that we've seen come out of Vegas right away.
And I think you can already see that in their Stanley Cup odds. They don't even have a team yet. And I believe, remember Vegas's odds were up to 500 to 1. There would have been people fired in Vegas had Vegas won the cup that year. I definitely think bookmakers and odds makers are learning their lesson right now, or have learned their lesson from Vegas.
Absolutely. And like I said, I think Stanley Cup, probably not a chance there. They'll make the playoffs, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'll just leave you guys with this: Bucks in 6, baby.